Welcome to Networking Unleashed, Building Profitable Connections, the show where relationships create opportunity and conversations lead to real results. I'm your host, Michael Forman. When people think about networking, they usually picture business meetings, conferences, and sales conversations. But some of the strongest networking lessons come from industries where relationships are everything, and the music world is one of them. In that space, talent matters, but relationships create the opportunities. Who knows? Who trusts you? Who's willing to open a door often determines what happens next. My guest today works with music clients and understands how to turn relationships into real business outcomes. We're talking today about how creatives can communicate their value, how connections turn into paid opportunities, and why understanding the business side of relationships is what separates those who struggle from those who succeed. If you want to learn how connection drives both creativity and profit, you're in the right place. So I would like to welcome all of my listeners. I would like to welcome Liam. Liam, you are the professional that we're talking about. So would you like to just introduce yourself and give us the cliff notes of about you, how you got here today?
Hi, Michael. Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. Yeah, music for me started at school initially, and it's just something I basically realized I was going to be in radio and TV and helping people in music as well. Eventually, I set up my own company in music. I got offered different things in London, different music companies and all that sort of thing. And I thought, wow, I'm gonna as well as do my own music and all the songs and award-winning songs that I've done and wrote and all that sort of thing. It's just basically helping others in music. And ever since my early teens and then early 20s, I got into the music of helping others with the songs, different celebrities and unsigned acts and all this sort of thing. And yeah, built it up over the years. And I always had this belief that would be my career. It just so happens that it built and built. And there's been absolutely thousands of people that I've worked with, I'd say up and coming talent and a lot of celebrity acts as well. Over the years, well over 80 celebrities. Now as well, different celebrity acts that have come through to work and write with some of them and promote some of them. And it's been amazing. Like everything, it's ups and downs. You have your hard days and your good days, and sometimes struggles, and then sometimes complete rewards of what you're doing. But it's been a fantastic journey overall.
It
So
sounds exciting. It sounds
yeah,
exciting.
it is. Through a lot of struggle over the years as well comes a lot of
Sure.
success.
You
Yeah,
kind of associate
yeah,
struggle with that musician part of it because
absolutely.
whenever you hear anybody who makes it big, they always struggled first.
Yes,
So,
yes. Oh
so
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it wasn't just literally just handed over. It was like you have to go through all their moments of that process of trying to be a success with the music and
yeah, it's like,
signing up
ta-da,
clients.
I'm
Yeah,
successful.
people think you just turn up and that's it. Sometimes they think that, or and do something that's going to help people and help others. And of course, you get all the naysayers, you get people skeptical. You try to help people, and sometimes it's the people that you're trying to help are actually the biggest obstacle because
You never know.
they're not reliable, they're inconsistent, they come and go, and then they go, "Oh, what are you going to do for me?" Sort of thing. And you say, "It's a two-way street. You're trying to help these
Yeah.
clients and help this get these songs out and to radio, TV, magazines, record labels, and all these different places." But my heart's in it. I spend hours and hours of my life, days, sometimes 7 days a week, just on the music and contracts. So
Anything
yeah,
worthwhile, you put your time in. That's
yeah, I'm
I've
trying to
always
work with a
believed
lot of these
that.
people. Yeah, I'm trying to work with bigger names as possible and help the small guys as well and the people that have got their different things. Sometimes it's helping people that have got mental health. Including myself, I have mental health sometimes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's actually trying to help people with their different problems. I've got people with cancer that I've helped with their music or different health problems. One guy had 33 health conditions because he came out of the army and all that sort of thing as well. So there's a lot of health involved as well. And really trying to help like the bigger names, Wu-Tang Clan, trying to help them at the moment, like a famous hip hop band from New York and that sort of thing, and trying to develop other big names that I'm trying to work with. Known John Summerton from the Herman's Hermits for years. Recorded a lot of songs with him, and that's been exciting. And potential others, as I say, working on and off with like potentially Hot Chocolate once they get organised with their music from the UK. So we've been back and forward with them,
Okay.
back
Well,
and
here.
forward with them,
So let me
basically.
let me
Yeah,
get into a few of these questions.
yeah,
In the music world,
Yeah.
relationships often determine opportunities.
Yes.
How is networking in that space similar or different from traditional business networking?
I think the networking with musicians and the different songwriters and everyone, it's been different because I think when you've got their sort of dreams and all their things in your hands, it's quite different. With any business or any occupation, it's always about trust and reliability and being authentic. But I think with the musicians, it's really having that, the word again, really, consistency, having that consistent bond
You're
where you help
saying all the
people.
right
Yeah.
things. You're saying all the right things.
Wow. Like I said, it's a two-way street. People say to me about helping them, and I say, but I have to have I have to have them as well, like doing their part and
Yeah,
being
but within the
genuine.
networking
Yeah,
within the
yeah,
networking world, you
that's
named
that.
all the right terms.
Mm.
Authentic, although that term is being thrown around a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, all that stuff.
Consistency,
Exactly, exactly.
consistency,
Yeah,
but trust, that
trust
trust factor is so big, so important
massively,
because
massively.
nobody's going to do business with you unless they trust you.
That's it with anything, yeah. And there's so much to it, and that, and the other one, the communication as well, which is and timekeeping and all these things. But there's a massive, there's so much goes into it. It's more than just music. I say it's the health side, there's the law side, there's so many different parts of it. But ultimately, it's helping people, getting results for people and the music.
Yep.
And, but I say being genuine as well. And I say from both sides, from what I'm doing and from what they're doing. Because, yeah, so that's what it is.
Okay.
But it's overall, it's very exciting. So,
Good. Good.
yeah.
How do you help artists or music professionals position themselves so people take them seriously?
Yeah, what it is, it's basically with all the radio stations that I work with, it's getting them positioned with radio play, interviews where possible, podcasts, the TV stations and TV interviews and different TV opportunities. And same with magazine like coverage and interviews and any label deals really. But further than that is music to venues like airports and restaurants, hotels, and that sort of thing, shopping malls, gyms. It covers such a wide spectrum
Yeah,
of
yeah.
music. And I say it's so many things. It's more than just songs. It's really it's bigger than that. It's important about the songs, but it's the message behind the songs and it's people's careers and it's there for a lot of people. Music's their whole life, so it's a very important job to help them and look after these people and
Yeah, it's very
and
personal.
yeah, it
You know,
is with anything, whatever you're doing in life, whether you're a teacher or a police officer or a lawyer, whatever you are, a doctor, it's ultimately helping and it's making a difference to what's going on. A lot of
yeah.
people say to me, music saved them, music saved their life. Yeah,
If they're
yeah,
passionate about anything, any
mm,
type of profession,
that's it,
it's a part of them. And if you're helping, it's a part of them. So you're in the mix. You're
absolutely.
in there. And if you
Yeah,
can help them, that all the better. Let me
yeah.
ask you another question. Many creatives focus on their craft, but not their business. How does that impact their ability to build relationships that generate income?
Yeah, the because a lot of the songwriters out there are really just writing songs or just spend so much time in the studio, and then after that they don't really know where to put their songs. So the income side of it, a lot of time is that going on Spotify and streaming things, which isn't doing a lot for a lot of people. So they're not really attacking the right angles. And then I come into it because I'm on both sides as a writer, songwriter, and performer and singer, but also being on the business side of the other side of helping getting people out there as well. So ultimately, building incomes is through doing things differently. It's the TV, getting things on TV and all that stuff, and getting the songs branded, and obviously gigs and touring, all this stuff as well. But ultimately, it's opening up angles, like rather than just releasing the song and hoping, people look at it on YouTube or whatever. It's really just getting the songs, sponsorship behind songs and all that sort of thing, different things rather than just relying on the traditional routes as well. Really, just got as obvious as it sounds, you've got to be unique and just stand out, really, because everyone's doing the same things otherwise. As I say, that's why it's important to get sponsorships and branding and trying to get companies behind you and all that sort of thing as well. And other companies,
Sure.
not just music companies, but it could be food companies or whatever
Whoever will
behind what you're doing.
sponsor you,
Yeah, what's going
that's
on?
where
Yeah,
you'll
exactly.
generate some income.
Yeah,
But still,
exactly.
they
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
realize
Mm,
that there's a
yeah.
business behind the
Yes.
music. And
Behind the
unless you
music. That's right.
understand the business, it's really a
That's right.
part of it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So,
exactly.
what does a strong first conversation look like in a creative industry where personality and identity matter so much?
Yeah, it's really the conversation is working out what their vision is, what they're trying to achieve. Because when I talk to different musicians and singers, everyone's trying to achieve different things. And then I have to say, how about this as well? So sometimes they're focusing on one thing, which could be just radio. I'll say, how about magazines? How about record labels or TV or other things as well? Getting the songs out there in different ways. And then
That's
sometimes,
your
yeah,
job. That's your job
yeah,
to have
yeah.
them
And
look
then
at everything.
everything, because sometimes they're just focusing on one thing. I'll just say, I'm just going to put my songs out to I'm just going to gig and that's it, but not do anything else.
Right,
Yeah, or they
right,
just put their
right,
songs
right,
out on whatever they do, Instagram, whatever they do, and
right.
and that's it. And then they might say, "I will put my songs on there." And then
Well,
so you try to open up different pathways and different
yeah, yeah.
things rather than yeah,
That's basically your job, though, is to help them
yeah,
understand
absolutely,
the business.
yeah, yeah. There's a
Because
lot of
if you
care
don't,
involved,
when
but a lot
I
of
first got
motivation.
it, when I first got
Mm.
into professional speaking, there are speakers who just speak, but there's a business behind the speaking, and you have
Yes.
to understand both.
Mm.
Otherwise, you're just speaking for $500 each time, and
Yeah, yeah,
that doesn't work.
yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah.
how can someone
Mm.
communicate their value without feeling like they're selling their art or talent?
Yeah, I think it's getting the message across in a way that people can connect to. Everything to do with the music when you've got your songs and things, rather than just saying I'm a singer, songwriter, and a lot of people keep saying these things, but the message behind it, what is the story of the person, as well. And
Right.
I think that helps get across. People can relate to people going through different situations. My story is a lot. I've come from anxiety and different mental health conditions, and I've still battled that, but I've still been a success in music. And to then go on and become something really that when it thinks against you, and same with other people, everyone, these success stories of people that have had obstacles, they've come from poverty or they've come from illness or they've come from everything being against them, and they've managed to pull themselves around homelessness or whatever it is, and suddenly become a music success. So really having that golden nugget of what's their story, and then people go, "Oh yeah, I can relate to that," or "Oh yeah, that happened to me," or "Wow, the love of their
More,
life died," or something like that, and they've had to carry on. Their sons have gotten through it, and so many things that I've come across, what people have gone
well,
through. Yeah, yeah.
consistency
Mm.
consistency plays a major part
Oh, it's so
in
huge.
all of this.
It's so
So,
huge. Yeah,
what
it's
role,
yeah.
excuse me,
Mm,
what
mm,
role does consistency play in
mm.
staying relevant and top of mind within your network of people?
Yeah, it's everything actually. It's something that goes through my mind every day, and I say to so many people because the consistency is huge, if not the biggest thing. Because like today, we turn up on time for the meeting for this, and then with people I work with, it's getting them to turn up on time for things or do send music through on time or get things through on time. But and again, it works both ways because you can show up, you can be there, and if the other person's not doing their part, of course, it affects the whole structure of things.
Yeah.
So it's so
Uh,
important, and they want the consistency from you. So, oh, you need to help me. I want the help. Please help me. But then they've got to do their part as well, and that's what it is. It's like I said earlier, consistency and trust and loyalty and all these things are so important.
if you're
You
not
know,
consistent, then
consistent.
they
Yeah,
won't take you seriously
yeah. It's
because
like
it's like
anything. Yeah, like anything
he'll
in
show
life.
up.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
yeah.
maybe he'll show up. Maybe he won't.
Yeah, exactly.
Once they know
I'm
that
always
you're
talking
going
about
to
this.
be there,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
that's so
yeah,
on point that
mm,
it's ridiculous. But
yeah.
consistency is the number one factor.
Oh, it's
Um,
huge. It's huge. I talk about it pretty much every day to myself in my own head
yeah,
and to clients, and I say that song needed to be there on Tuesday, and that's Thursday, and that sort of thing. But of course,
yeah.
but I expect you to be on point with everything. And of course, you have to be, but you have to rely on them as well. So I say consistency is everything throughout life, isn't it?
Yeah, it really
Whatever you
is. It
do,
really
whatever
is.
you do, you're
Whatever.
going on a cruise, you miss the cruise, you're not on time, you miss the flight because you're not there.
Well,
Expect the pilot to be there, but you got to be there as well. It's
I'm a former military member.
yeah,
I'm an
yeah,
Air Force
great,
veteran,
excellent,
and there's a saying that from day one,
yeah,
if I'm on time, if I'm early, I'm on time.
yeah, Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I'm constantly early
That's
for
good.
everything.
That's great.
My,
That's
my
great.
my kids will kill me because of, but I am just that.
It's great.
It's in my DNA, and that's the
It's
way it
amazing.
should
It's
really be.
amazing. Yeah, exactly. Like we say, like I was saying, you get to a flight, you get there 3, 4 hours early, at least you're there.
You're there. You may wait
You're
around a little
there.
while, but you're
Yeah,
there.
you're there. Or whatever it is, you've got like going out for a meal and you've got a reservation and you're like, oh, 30 minutes late and then I'll get fit me into the reservation and whatever it is.
How
So
how do
yeah.
relationships in the
Mm,
music industry
yeah.
evolve from casual connections into real opportunities or paid work?
Yeah, it's really just building that bond and that connection with who you're working with, and really with a lot of the musicians and different singers and songwriters, famous ones and non-famous. It's realizing that they realize you're a real person, and you're not, and also to help them in a way that no one else is helping them, because there's a lot of music people on this side of it, on this side where there's a lot of scams, a lot of sharks, a lot of people taking money and then running off. You never hear from them again. All that stuff, I understand. And I've had that. Well, I've had where I'm so genuine that people can't believe it's genuine. Because
Yeah,
unfortunately, people are used to being ungenuine like out there
right.
because there's so many people that don't do anything they say they're going to do. So
And you have to
really,
be
it's
careful.
yeah,
You have to be
yeah.
careful because you are so
Mm,
genuine and
you
you're
have to be
truly
careful.
trying to help
Yeah, they
that
take
you
advantage of
really
you, and
have
yeah,
to
yeah,
be
exactly. What
careful
goes the other way
yourself.
around? Exactly,
That's,
exactly.
you can get hurt too.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
it is. It's crazy fair. You're trying to be different, and you're trying to do something different, like individual to everybody else. And sometimes that's a blessing. Sometimes it's not because people go like, "What? Yeah, is this what? Is this? You're going to help? Really? What? You're going to help
Really?
me?
Really?
What? You know, they can't believe it
Okay.
because they're like, "What? Exactly?" But someone's got to because otherwise we're just going to go round and round in circles, nobody helping anybody.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's a problem.
Yeah,
That's a problem.
yeah,
Okay, so let me ask you a
yeah.
question. Where do creatives unintentionally limit their income by avoiding business conversations?
Yeah, I think what it is, they avoid conversations a lot, and there's a lot of fear behind that. I get it too, because I've been through it myself a lot on both sides of being a musician and
Yeah,
songwriter and being on this side of PR and marketing and everything. A lot of time, I think they get stuck in their ways, and then of releasing a song a certain way and just restricting themselves, and then the fear kicks in. So then oh, I'm worried about doing that, so I won't do it. I'm worried about putting my songs out there in case they don't like my song or they laugh at my song or I don't get
yeah,
enough interest, so they don't do anything. So obviously, a big part of life for me, as an anxiety sufferer, is fear. It can either stop you doing something, or it
stop
can,
you dead in your tracks.
yeah,
You
stop you from
know,
doing anything, yeah,
right,
or avoiding
right.
things completely and thinking, oh God, I'm so worried about that, I won't do anything with it. But then limiting themselves because in the long run, they're not really hitting out to their full capacity because of fear a lot of the time. Or
Yeah,
sometimes just because they're disorganized and they haven't really don't know what to do, and the song just sits there. Even great bands from over the years, Led Zeppelin or whoever it is, Queen, if they'd just done their songs and never told anybody, of course, like anything, it'd just be sitting there and no one would have known what it was, what they was doing, with anything.
and you just named two groups that I'm fully behind.
Yeah, I
I
love
love
both. Yeah,
I love both.
both
Right,
coming from England originally, two of the
that's
greatest
right.
bands I think in the world
Yeah.
and as well. Yeah,
Okay, so let me bring this podcast full circle.
yeah.
If a listener wants to turn their passion into profit through relationships, what one networking habit should they start immediately?
It's literally branching out. I'd say it's just get yourself out there everywhere you can. Look at because some singers and songwriters, musicians, they think they're doing everything. They go, I'm doing it all, and I'm trying, but they're not. They're missing out on so many things they're not doing. So just gig as many places as you can, connect to as many people as you can through music, and it's been said a lot, but that one opportunity can change your life. It could be one email, one conversation.
Yeah,
Today,
that's what it is.
this is life changing. This today, this is great, and it's just have conversations with people and get yourself out there because if you've got the talent and personality combined, you can achieve so much in
You
music
never
and
know
life.
who's
Yeah,
you never know who's listening.
you never know who's listening.
I
There
have
could be,
thousands
yeah,
and
yeah,
thousands of listeners and that
absolutely.
one listener. And
Mm,
speaking of that, so You know what, Liam? Because you were such a great podcast guest, right?
Thank you.
If somebody wanted to contact you, whether to
Yeah.
be mentored by you, hire you,
hmm
whatever have you, what's the best way for them to get hold of you?
Yeah, the best way is actually the email is songheroesmusic@gmail.com. And the website as well, which has been updated actually, is www.song-heroes-music-pr.com. And so that's going through some updates and a lot of changes on there from the web designer. But yeah, I say they can look me up or get in touch through as Liam of Golder or through Son Heroes Music. I say lots of updates coming, lots of changes and website updates, and I say new things coming. So that's what it is. Yeah,
Good,
definitely.
great. This conversation is a reminder of no matter the industry,
hmm
music, business, or anything in between,
Absolutely.
relationships are what move everything forward.
Yes.
Talent, skill, knowledge matter, and they only go as far as the right connections and the ability to communicate value early. When you combine both, opportunities begin to show up in ways you didn't expect. Take one step this week. Reach out to someone in your network and continue a conversation. Whether it's creative or business, relationships grow through consistency. If you found value in today's episode, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to Networking Unleashed, building profitable connections so you keep getting the best insights on networking and communication. And share this episode with someone who wants to turn their passion into real opportunity. If you'd help strengthening your communication and building relationships that lead to results, visit Michael A. Forman learn how I work with professionals, teams, and organizations. So until next time, stay creative, stay connected, and build relationships that turn passion into profit. Liam, thank you again for coming on my
Oh,
podcast.
thank you so much.
You were wonderful.
Oh, thank you. It's been amazing. No, I really appreciate it. And great talking to you, Michael.
Well, hold on, folks. Don't go anywhere. Let's hear from our sponsors. David Neal, co founder, Revved Up Kids. Revved Up Kids is on a mission to protect children and teens from sexual abuse, exploitation, and trafficking. They provide prevention training programs for children, teens, and adults. To learn more, go to revvedupkids.org. Henry Kaplan, Century 21. When it comes to making the biggest financial decision of your life, leave it in the hands of a proven professional, Henry Kaplan. Henry is a global real estate agent with Century 21, celebrating his 41st year in business. No matter where you're moving, Henry has the right connections for you. You can contact Henry at 561 427 4888. A huge thank you to our guest for sharing such incredible insights today. And of course, a big shout out to you, our amazing listeners, for tuning in and spending your time with us. If you're interested in my digital courses, being coached, or having me come and talk to your company, just go to Michael and fill out the request form. Remember, networking isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. So take what you've learned today, get out there, and make some meaningful connections. If you've enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with someone who could use a little networking inspiration. Let's keep the conversation going. You can find me on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, or my website, forman.com/podcasts.